Hey, it's Jamie, and today we're rehashing Isaiah 1-4. So now we're getting into the meat of prophecy in the Bible. Isaiah being the most talked about and most quoted prophet in the New Testament. Even though we're still in the old one, he's the most quoted in the new one. I mean, this guy Isaiah, he knew his stuff. He was very well educated, and he lived during the reign of 5 kings. His life ended in about, 680 BC during the reign of Manasseh, who, as reported in Hebrews, sawed Isaiah in half to end his life. It's hard for me to swallow the idea that there was a human on earth that was actually writing about the future based on visions he was given from God. It sounds preposterous. It sounds not true. The idea that someone could actually predict Jesus, predict his ministry, and his life from beginning to end, okay, cool story, bro. But there's just no other explanation for how Isaiah could have possibly known any of the things that he wrote about without having these visions. And that brings me to a point about a lot of the Bible. A lot of the Bible sounds crazy, but because I'm reading the most referenced historical document on the planet, it doesn't matter if I can understand every word as truth. It doesn't matter if it makes sense to me. God doesn't care if I believe it or not because it's what happened, and we're left to simply learn the lessons. So let's do that. In Isaiah 1-4, what lesson can we learn? Today's chapters for me were about the struggle of knowing that there are incredible, massive crimes happening around the world right now, and the fact that I feel helpless to help any of it. I struggle with these massive crimes of the world that I can't control, like slavery and sex trafficking, oppressive poverty. It all feels really overwhelming, and it leaves me thirsting for the knowledge of what I can personally do to help fix it. Today's chapters taught me to reflect on the fact that we hear, "For God so loved the world" so much, but often we don't think much about the world he loves. We need a sense of mission for ourselves that aligns with God's global love and trust that he's working on the rest. I think the only thing we can do is pray for those people who populate our planet. We can spread awareness and maybe some preemptive advice to those we can reach. I don't know. What I do know is that we can trust that God is working for those people and he's hearing your prayers for them. Up here in Canada, our sex trafficking is more of like a portside occasion. It's not feasible that I go and I stand at the port and demand to look at every sea can that goes on a boat because, well, A, they won't allow me to do that, and B, I have so many other things to do for the Lord in a day, including feeding my family. So when would I have the time to drive all the way there? God knows what's within my reach. So praying for him to show me how I can contribute to ending these immense crimes and injustices is key. Praying to him to show me. Maybe it's something as simple as giving to the right charity or volunteering once a week or mailing socks to a country that doesn't have any. Help within your reach. Put effort in and try and let the Lord take care of the rest, and pray that the Lord pours himself onto these criminals so that they may change their ways, that he pours himself onto these victims so they may heal from these crimes and get out from underneath whatever it is they're experiencing. That's our weapon. This does nothing. Shouting about it on the internet does nothing. But praying, that's everything. In Isaiah chapter 1, verse 17, the prophet says that the Lord commands that we seek justice, that we help the oppressed, that we defend the orphans and fight for the rights of widows. And I think most of us have those things happening in our cities, in our own backyards. And so seeking justice for God's children within our reach is definitely an activity, a behavior, or even a lifestyle that we should constantly be striving for. So what does that look like to you? I don't know. For me, it's Saturday night outreach. For me, it's Saturday soup and share. Every Saturday, my husband and I go and make meals with a group of other wonderful people, and we serve the homeless or anybody that's hungry. We have teens, we have seniors, we have all kinds of people come. It's a beautiful time of fellowship. It's a beautiful time of giving back. And I love everyone that comes. They're so great. So that's what I do. But in your community, there's something you can do. There's something you can find time for. And if you go, I don't have time because I've got hockey and I've got this and I've got that. Really? Are you willing to look Jesus in the eye and tell him that you couldn't help God's children because you had hockey? You know what I mean? So do what you can. I don't mean kill yourself. I don't mean cancel your hobbies. What I mean here is put the effort in and try. And I'd love to hear about what you do if you're already doing something or what you'd like to do. Put it in the comments. Hit like so that this travels around the YouTube-verse. YouTube verse is what I meant to say. For tomorrow, we're taking a look at Isaiah 5-8 if you want to read ahead. I hope you have a blessed day. And don't forget to say your prayers. I'm such a weirdo. This is the Bible in a Year theme song.